So for the first time in 4 years, waking up this morning and Ha-seong Kim is not a member of the San Diego Padres.
Ha-seong Kim,
which is, you got feelings about that. You know, he had obviously some ups and downs in his 4 years with the San Diego Padres, but was undoubtedly a beloved teammate in the clubhouse. Great friends with Manny Machado.
he's a mascot, as Joe Davis called him.
But more than that, he was also a top producing shortstop at a premium position that won Gold Glove awards and actually had a couple of really pretty good offensive seasons. I mean, whether or not he comes back to the San Diego Padres, and I don't think the door is completely closed to a return at this point to Ha-seong Kim. At this moment right now, after he opted out of his mutual option this weekend, Ha-seong Kim is no longer a member of the San Diego Padres.
He is he's a free agent. He's out there. He's made his new dating profile. He's on Hinge, and he's waiting for a general manager around the league to look at his profile and say, well, he is this handsome guy, and we want him to anchor shortstop for our team for the next 5 to 6 to 7 years.
He's not just on Hinge. He's on Tinder.
Tinder.
He's on OkCupid.
Yeah.
Maybe Christian Mingle.
Christian Mingle.
He's on all of them. You got to strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah.
He's a good bat, elite, great glove at a premier position.
It's just tough, man, because going into that essentially walk year last year, we all expected big things from Ha-seong Kim pretty early in the season. Just didn't seem to ever really be able to figure it out. Didn't have a horrible year by any stretch. Not horrible, but, defensive miscues early. Switched up his glove and was kind of back to normal, then got really, really injured and couldn't make it back for the playoffs. You wonder what kind of impact he would have had then, but coulda, shoulda, woulda. I liked Ha-seong Kim a lot. I loved the way he played the game. I loved how hard he always played. In fact, I would yell at him sometimes for playing the game too hard. You don't always have to be Pete Rose, diving headlong into bags, and you got to keep a little in reserve. And but I really enjoyed the way he played the game with his hair on fire every single time. Will I miss him if he goes? Yeah, of course. I hope he lands on his feet and makes a lot of money and is very successful, just not against us. But I really enjoyed the Ha-seong Kim experience here.
The labrum surgery does add a wrinkle of uncertainty to his offseason, and I think actually increases the possibility of returning to the Padres on a short-term deal. If he's not finding the offers to his liking, he could always sign a one-year deal and hit free agency again next year when presumably he would be healthy and get, better offers on the open market.
2 years with an opt-out.
Yeah, the Padres could be in the market for that. I think ultimately, though, my prediction is that Ha-seong Kim will not return to the San Diego Padres because there will be at least one or two teams that are going out there going, we don't really have an everyday shortstop. We don't really have a prospect coming up. It's a position that a lot of teams find themselves looking for someone that can provide some stability. And I think they'll look at Ha-seong Kim and go, yeah, I wish he was healthy right now. And, I have a little hesitation about what that recovery is going to be. But ultimately, I can offer him a 4-year deal and feel pretty confident I'm going to get a decent player who's going to make me not have to worry about shortstop for a couple of years. And I think there are a lot of GMs that's appealing enough that they will spend some money on Ha-seong Kim, knowing I can set aside shortstop with Ha-seong Kim and worry about the rest of my roster for the next 3 years.
4 years, 3.5 if you take into account the injury. Like, that's a significant sample size. You've seen what he can provide. You've seen how he's trending. He got better every year, minus this last year, I think.
You look at a team like the Braves, where they are looking at their, in Fangraphs, the shortstop position, and they've got them all ranked and by teams and what the depth looks like. And you look at the Braves with Orlando Arcia, and immediately Ha-seong Kim is a massive upgrade with the glove and with the bat. So they're ranked 28th out of 30 teams, Ben, and they are a team that wants to be back in it. They want to be competing next year. So I think the Braves probably going to be making some calls. The Los Angeles Dodgers are another one. I know they just re-upped Miggy Rojas for, I think, another year or two. They picked up an option for him. But if you can have Ha-seong Kim over Miggy Rojas, you take it. The Giants ranked 22nd in all of baseball with shortstop. They have Tyler Fitzgerald. He's a young player. But other than that, man, he is an immediate upgrade. He knows Jung-Ho Lee. He knows Bob Melvin. There's teams out there that could really, really use one, man, that could really, really use a shortstop. The Cleveland Guardians are a team. They've got Brian Rocchio, but, I mean, he's a 240 hitter. Pretty good with the glove, actually, but there's teams, I'm saying, at the bottom tier of baseball that could look at him and go, oh, yeah. And the other thing, too, doesn't necessarily need to play shortstop. Can also play second base for you as well. So if it's flexibility that you're looking for, you shepherd him through the injury, and then he's yours, So I think he's going to be on the move as well. The Braves and the Giants are the two teams I'd look at the most.
Someone's going to say, yeah, we'll give you what we would have given you had you been healthy, and that'll be the difference maker. And ultimately, I think he's going to sign that long-term deal that he's looking for.